Alright everyone, what is going on and welcome back to today's video. In today's video we're getting into a beginner's guide for Rainbow Six Siege in 2021 Operation Crimson Heist. So this is just going to be, I've done these in the previous times, but I haven't really done an updated one in a while for this season. So for all the people getting into Rainbow Six Siege in 2021, I'd say this video will probably help you the most. But pretty much, yeah, any beginner, this video should be able to help you out in any sort of way just to learn the basics of the game. So I can teach you just what to do, what you need to know, and pretty much all the essentials you need to start Rainbow Six Siege. Now, if you feel I missed something at the end of this video, and obviously you're already a consistent player and you just felt like watching this, do let me know, do let people know down in the comments down below so we can leave more tips for the beginners. Hopefully we can get them on a roll and into this game as quick as possible. That is obviously the goal of this video. So if you guys do have any type of goals, stuff like that, just let me know in the comments down below for the people to take in if you feel I missed it in this video. But with that said, if you do enjoy, make sure to leave a like, drop a sub notification bell. Also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams, links in the description down below. I'd love to see you guys there. With that said, let's get into this video. Alrighty, so to start off, Rainbow Six Siege is obviously a tactical shooter, if you didn't know already. So pretty much it's a very strategy based FPS, and pretty much the end goal is to pretty much just try and win the game. Obviously that is the goal of a FPS shooter. It takes a lot of skill to become very good at this game, and definitely a lot of practice is not something you can pick up immediately, but that is what I'm here to teach you, the basics. Obviously there are tutorials all over the place, stuff like that, but I'm just going to go over pretty much everything you need to know to get into Siege, and everything you need to be able to take into account, just so you know what you need to pay attention to and what you need to work on. And maybe you can go and watch specific guides for the specific points that I outlined throughout this video, so you can go and expand your knowledge. So with that said, let's get into it. Firstly, we're going to start with the way the game works. So the way the game works is when you load in, you are split to either the attacker or the defender's side. The attacking and the defense side are the two ways that you play Rainbow Six Siege. You either are attacking, which means you spawn on the exterior of a set map. There are, I don't even know how many maps. I think there's about 20 maps in the game. There's exteriors in every map, and then there's indoors in every map. As an attacker, you are spawning in the exterior, and your goal is to push into a set objective inside that map, which we'll get into soon. But as a defender, which is the other side, your goal is to defend that objective inside that map from the attackers pushing from outside. This is pretty much how rounds are made up in Rainbow Six Siege, and how the system comes together. I'd say that's what makes it up the most. Now, in terms of objectives, I'm pretty sure on most maps there's 4 objectives inside the site, which you will probably find if you go and look up a specific map guide. I'm not going to list the maps off, but there's like 20 maps, as I said, something like that. So yeah, so there's a lot of different variety. It's a lot more pinned down in the competitive playlist, which is ranked. I'm pretty sure there's it's cut in half pretty much. So there's definitely nowhere near as many maps in there, but so you don't have to focus on the casual maps, I suppose, if you want to learn maps consistently. But I would recommend learning every map, no matter what. Now, when it comes to attacking and defending, there are operators. Now, in terms of operators, I'd say there's I think it's about 32 operators on each side. There might be a little bit more or a little bit less, but I'd say that's a rough estimate number, which is, operators are pretty much what makes up Rainbow Six Siege, what makes it so unique. Obviously, the operators, they all have their unique abilities. Unique abilities consist of Sledge having a sledgehammer. Someone else, Mirror has a black mirror, which is a one-sided mirror that you can view and you can pop to shoot people with. Kavira, for another example, she has a silent step ability that makes her move a lot quietly, and she is able to interrogate an injured enemy, and she is able to get the positions of all the other attackers after interrogating. These are just examples of operators' abilities, and all, I think it's about 50, the total operators all have their own unique abilities, and they all have just statistical gains. In terms of maps though, pure destructible surface that you have to work with when playing the game. Now, pretty much 99% of the map is all destructible. The only walls that you probably won't, but pretty much there is soft walls everywhere. That is what we call them, soft walls, which are walls that can be breached by pretty much most operators have access. Most attacking operators have access to these, which are scattered all throughout the map as well, which is also considered a soft area. Obviously, a soft wall does require some sort of powerful breach to get through. You can't just melee it open, but a barricade you are able to melee open, and that is your general entry point that you'll go through the most, which is going through barricades set on the exterior of the map, and then whatever other barricades you go throughout the rest of the rounds that you play. But these barricades overall are just entry points along with these soft walls, and pretty much the whole map is, not the whole map, I'd say like 80% of most maps is just fully destructible. You can pretty much blow most of the stuff up. You can get through certain points, and obviously as a defender, to counter this, you can't there's the only person that can put a stronger barricade up is a guy called Castle. He has access to 3 armored panel, which is a bulletproof, and it takes, I think, 11 to 12 hits to knock it down compared to the usual 3 on a regular barricade, which every operator has access to. But in terms of soft walls, the way you counter that is through reinforcing, which is a defender-sided thing. You have 10 reinforcements amongst your whole team to utilize on a site. And that is like the primary thing you will do as a defender. You're going to see, as soon as you load in, if you're watching this, you haven't played a game yet, people reinforce everywhere. It is essential, especially in a competitive situation, because it means it can't be breached. It means the only way, there are operator utilities that can get through these reinforced walls, such as Thermite, Habana, Ace, and I think there's one, Maverick, sorry, I forgot about him. All 4 of these people can breach through hard reinforced walls. Obviously, that is their utility-based gadgets, but that is part of the game, and there are also counters to these utility-based gadgets, such as Bandit can stop pretty much all electronics if it gets deployed on a bandited wall, etc. All of these, pretty much all the utility I was talking about before, has a direct counter in some way from another operator, and that is what makes the game balanced in a way. I guess it's not the most balanced thing you'll ever played, but it's what makes it balanced in a way, and what makes operator utility not OP, etc. So stuff like that is just stuff you're going to have to learn when playing Siege. It is a fair bit to take in. It's got a lot of operators, so there's a lot to learn. It's got a lot of maps. There's definitely a lot you have to, if you are generally serious about taking this in, you're watching this guide, you want to learn, you want to get better, these are definitely things you're going to want to take in and just try and develop from. In terms of gadgets, most operators, obviously I said, have their utility, which can be classified as a gadget as well, but when I'm talking about gadget, it's in terms of there are the grenades, flashbangs, etc. that they all have access to. You do want to make sure you utilize these as much as possible. This is only going to be a quick tip, but utilizing these grenades, flashbangs, claymores, defenders have impact grenades, deployable shields, barbed wire, is much more important than you think. You definitely want to pay attention to that when you're picking your operator. Barbed wire obviously can be utilized to give away people's location. Utilizing sound is also a big part of this game, but that's probably not going to be gotten into too much in this video. Deployable shields give you cover from an attacking person. Frag grenades you're able to get to places you might not be able to reach with a damage that can kill someone. What else to attack? Claymores are, I think most of you probably know what that is. You put them down, someone runs into the red lines, they die. So yeah, gadgets are very important, and you want to make sure you're on top of those and using them most of the rounds you play as well. And as I said before, I'm just going to quickly touch up on this again. There are multiple game modes you can play in Rainbow Six Siege. You have Quick Match, which is the casual game mode. This is where you're going to want to learn how to play the game. Then there is Unranked, which is a way of getting a competitive sense. It is quite difficult to find an unranked game, and definitely on the Australian servers. But this is where you get a competitive experience, but your elo doesn't change. Elo is your it's like a point system that you get that goes up and down every time you win or lose a game. Unfortunately, it doesn't really base off your individual performance. It only bases off whether you win or lose. And this is a system that goes up and down and determines you a final rank. A final rank that you will get will either be copper, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, diamond, or champion. If you get champion off your first placements, you need to go sign to a pro league team. But pretty much these are all the ranks that you're going to want to pay attention to, and pretty much if you end up in copper off your first placements, I would 100% not down yourself. I would not sit on YouTube watching guides all days on how to get out of copper. Honestly, you're going to start at a certain point, and it really just depends on how much you want to play the game, whether you want to put in enough time to get to the point where you think you can get to a platinum, diamond, champion, whatever level your end goal is. Nothing's really out of reach. You just got to put the time in. That can be said about pretty much anything in this world. So you just, I know Siege is probably not, it's not basketball, it's not a sport, it's a game. But if you are serious about actually getting better, and you do want to, you like playing this game, you want to get better at it, just take in these tips and hopefully they'll get you somewhere. Now, these last few tips I'm going to only touch on quickly because I have other videos specifically dedicated to these, but these are the 3 things you're going to want to pay attention to if you want to actually win more games. So obviously your aim, you're going to want to work on your aim from the very get-go if you can. go into terrorist hunts, which is a game mode in this game where you fight AIs and just shoot them. It probably doesn't sound like much, but it really does improve your aim more than you'd think, and it's definitely just a great way to work on your aim and get your aim together. Finding your sense is another very important part of getting your aim together. Once you find your sense, then you can actually work on your aim in these terrorist hunts. You have to find a sensitivity that's comfortable for you. I have guides on all of this, and I'll try and remember to leave the links in the description down below. So let me know if I don't put them in and you are looking for these videos, do let me know, and I'll try and make sure to get those videos in the description for you, and I'll probably directly link them to you as well. Now, using your drone is another very important part of playing this game. This is a habit you should get into early. You get 2 drones. You get one stashed in your inventory from the as soon as you spawn in, and then you have one that you utilize in the prep phase, which is before you even spawn in. Save that first drone that you use in the prep phase and try and utilize it in the actual round along with that second drone that you get when you spawn in. This will benefit you more than anything else, honestly. Utilizing your drone is very important in Siege, and I think you definitely should not forget about it. And a lot of people do when they first play, like they just send their drone in, get the site seen, and then it gets shot. Who cares? Use the other one. Don't do that. Try and keep both drones. Get into these habits early, and it will definitely benefit you in the long run. And finally, unfortunately, the way this game works is a very team-based game, and solo playing on your own is going to get you to a certain point, but you're probably going to hit a roadblock, pretty much how I've been in my Solo to Diamond series on this channel for like the last 3 seasons, and you just can't get anywhere because you're either going to get good team or bad team, and usually it's a balance of both, so you just stay in a hard rank like Gold 2 for like forever. You just don't get out. You need a team to get out of these situations, and you really do need to find one. There's plenty of different ways to find a team. You can use Discord, you can use Looking For posts on Xbox, you can use the official R6 Squad Up thing. I'm pretty sure they have an app now. You can do a lot of things. You can go into YouTube comment sections and ask people to play. Like, there's a lot of things you can do. You really just need to try your best to assemble a squad, and it really will benefit you in the long term, and it will get you going as a beginner into getting into those higher ranks. So pretty much that's everything I have to say. If you feel like I missed anything, do let me know in the comments down below. I tried to outline everything I would have liked to know when I first started playing the game. But with that said, if you guys did find this video useful, make sure to leave a like, drop a sub, notification bell, and also make sure to come check out my Twitch streams. Links in the description down below. I'd love to see you guys there. With that said, I tried my best to make this video useful. I hope it was useful. And with that said, best of luck to you guys getting new to this game. I hope you guys I wish you guys the best. I hope you guys enjoy Rainbow Six Siege. And with that said, go get them. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.